Hi, Erica McClain with HomeSmart. Thanks for joining me today and welcome if it's your first time. We're going to look at another property that was on the market before. It expired, it didn't sell. I took over the listing and we got it sold. But I want to point out to you the differences because a lot of little things make a huge difference whether you're going to be successful getting your property sold or not. And a lot of properties don't sell the first time on the market. Okay, here we're comparing side by side. The left side was the previous listing, the right side was my listing. One of the most important things is professional photos. The first time it was listed, they had one photo. I had 24 photos taken by a professional photographer. It makes such a huge difference. Okay, here are the remarks from the MLS. The one on top is from the previous agent that didn't get the property sold. But putting motivated sellers make an offer, you're trying to tell agents that you think that the property is overpriced, so just make an offer. I prefer my remarks at the bottom, a little more detail. Okay, here's from another section of the MLS sheet. The top one is from the previous agent. They have the house listed as only 5 rooms. As far as bedrooms, they have 2 bedrooms plus one below grade, which means one in the basement. I have 7 rooms total and only 2 bedrooms. The room that they were calling a bedroom in the basement, I have listed, I believe, as an office because I did put it into the room count, but that room being below grade does not have an egress window, which means if there's a fire and you're in that room as a bedroom and you can't get out, I'm not an attorney, but I know that there can be definite ramifications against the seller and even the realtor if that were to happen. That's why, unless it has an escape window, I never count them as a bedroom. Potential buyers looking can see, and if they want to use it as a bedroom, they're more than welcome. But I don't want to put liability on my sellers or on myself. Okay, here's another section from the MLS where you can list. It's multiple choice. We can't type whatever we want. But the top one is from the previous realtor for interior property features, first floor bedroom, first floor full bath. I have interior property features. There's a dry bar in the basement, which the previous realtor didn't even list the recreation room in the basement. I also included hardwood floors because it has hardwood floors, and first floor bedroom and first floor full bath. Okay, here's another section from the MLS that is extremely important, especially if your property is in Chicago. 299 is the district for all of Chicago. They did not have, the previous agent did not have the school listed. I had Josephine Locke listed for the elementary and the junior high. I didn't put in anything for the high school because this was during the time that they were building that other school over on Oak Park over there, and nobody was certain how the high school thing was going to work. Also, if you're out of district for Taft High School, which I know a lot of parents like Taft. Even if you're out of district, if you do, I believe, ROI, or if you're in band, there is ways to be able to attend Taft High School. Okay, in this section of the MLS, again, the one on top is from the previous realtor. The one on the bottom is from my listing. If you look at the room sizes, we both have the same measurements, but something as simple as you always put the larger dimension first. When a buyer's looking at room sizes, 22 by 16 sounds a lot better than 16 by 22. Something I learned over 25 years ago. Now, they didn't put in combo here for the dining room, which I did. And again, with the kitchen, 10 by 20 or 20 by 10. What sounds better? Same with the laundry room. And then here's where they did not list the finished part of the basement that has a dry bar. I listed it as a recreation room, which is 22 by 22. That's why they only had, I believe, a 5-room count total. I had 7. Okay, again, another section of the MLS. The top one is from the previous agent. They had listed a 3rd bedroom in the basement. I had that same room listed as an office. Okay, again, here are more details from the MLS. The top one was from the previous agent. They had listed as a walk-in pantry in the kitchen. There was not a walk-in pantry. And a range hood. There was not a range hood. For dining, they had combined with living room, but in the room dimensions, they had nothing there about it being combined. They have the basement listed as finished, and on mine, I also added that not only is the basement finished, but it has exterior access. That's a big searchable field for a lot of buyers, that they want a basement with exterior access. Okay, on the left side from the previous listing, under additional rooms, they have no additional rooms. I had listed under additional rooms, recreation room, and the office. The driveway, they just had listed concrete. I also added side drive. For the lot size, they put, and again, these are multiple choice fields, they picked just less than a 1/4 acre. This house was on an oversized Chicago lot, hence the side drive that it had. So this is a very searchable field. Your standard city lot is 25 feet wide. This was a 40-foot wide lot. So somebody searching for an oversized lot, this listing would have never popped up the first time. This is another extremely important section in the MLS. Sales terms. The previous agent listed conventional, which means conventional loans only. I had conventional, FHA, or VA. There was no reason that this house would not pass an FHA or VA inspection, and more buyers go FHA because the income to debt ratios are a little bit linear, so that they can afford a little bit more than conventional. And as far as possession, the previous agent had listed closing. I listed closing, immediate, and negotiable. When you put just closing, it makes it look like the sellers are desperate. They're ready to hand over the keys right away. I like to list all 3 because I ask my sellers, if they offer you more money or for the right price, would you be able to pack up and move out sooner? For the right price, usually they probably would, but you don't want to do just closing like that. Okay, here's another very important section: how the buyer's agents are going to schedule showings. The previous agent you had to call the listing agent. When agents are scheduling in the MLS, they're usually showing more than one property. We have something that's called showing assist, so you could add all the properties for that day that you're scheduling that your buyer wanted to see into a showing cart and then request the showings at whatever times you put in. The easier you can make it for a buyer's agent to schedule, the more chance that it's going to be shown. So on mine, I had used showing assist. So the agents could easily schedule right from the MLS along with their other properties they were going to show by just clicking showing assist and adding it to the showing cart. Now, when they see that they have to call the listing agent or text the listing agent, I'll tell you right now, that property goes to the bottom of the list. It would be the last one they would schedule a showing for because it's inconvenient for the agent. The previous agent on this property first listed it for, I believe, $369, which was too high for market conditions. They had then lowered it to $345. They were unsuccessful with selling it. I listed it for $339 and we sold it for $345. And I will tell you, we had two deals on this. The first deal, the buyer backed out. They basically breached the contract. And this is one of the only deals that I have seen this happen. My seller, we fought for the earnest money. They were able to keep the earnest money from the first buyer. So we relisted it again at $339 and sold it for $345 a second time, and that went through. I'm sure you could see for yourself how much all the little details make the biggest difference in the world when it comes to getting your property sold. So you need to make sure whoever you list with is very detail orientated, because not only the details on this, once you get an offer, it's pretty much the same thing. All the little details make a big, big difference. This particular property was located in the Montclair area of Chicago. So if you ever have any questions, contact me. All my information is below. I would love to answer them. If you have a property you need to sell, I would love to help you with that. I'm all over the northwest side of Chicago and surrounding suburbs, but I hope you found this information helpful. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified when new videos are out. And again, thanks for watching, and I'll say bye for now.